A new Lotus emerges in the T-zone, GM starts digging, and Saab plots revenge. What's up, I'm Derek D, and just like Kerry, I can do this too. You're watching Fastlane Daily. You've seen the spy shots and you've heard the rumors. Now Lotus is taking the wraps off the car insiders call Project Eagle. The yet unnamed Lotus model takes its design cues from the entry-level Elise. And like the Elise, Lotus sourced the engine from Toyota. Project Eagle is powered by a tweaked version of the same 3.5-liter V6 that powers suburban cruisers like the Camry and Highlander. Lotus engineers, of course, modified the 6 to produce 280 horsepower. Inside, Project Eagle diverges from the Spartan interior of the Elise with leather trim, LED gauge cluster, and flat-bottom steering wheel. Anti-lock brakes, traction control, and stability control will be standard. No word yet on price, but Lotus officials say they'll pony up the goods in time for the British Motor Show in London next week. GM bosses hit the stage yesterday to convince the world the company isn't throwing in the towel anytime soon. That in the face of declining sales and a slumping stock price. GM CEO Rick Wagner yesterday outlined a slash-and-burn plan to cut costs by $10 billion, suspend its common stock dividend, and sell up to $4 billion in assets, possibly including the Hummer brand. But the message from GM wasn't all medicine. The company sought to offset the bad news by showing off several new models from the corporate pipeline. Among those were the 2010 Chevy Cruze, a small sedan expected to be a product of the company's Korean Daewoo division. GM also released first images of several downscaled crossover SUVs, including the 2010 Cadillac SRX, 2010 Saab 94X, and redesigned 2010 Chevrolet Equinox. GM also confirmed production of the 2010 Buick LaCrosse, 2010 Cadillac CTS Coupe, and 2010 Cadillac CTS Wagon. No hard details yet on the new models, but we hear the government is working on a bailout plan for all the recently unemployed spy photographers. Saab takes a swing at Subaru. We take a ride in the new Ford Flex. That's in the Internet Rumor Mill after this. Yes. Remember you guys said I wasn't excited on Monday, so I am today.
On the next Garage 419.
Ask me a question.
Get your camera out of my face.
Get your face out of my camera.
New episodes of Garage 419 Tuesday and Thursday.
Do you ever wonder if traffic cops follow the rules when no one is looking? Oh, this guy says hell no. Check out Jimmy Justice on Garage 419 today. Well, after you watch Fastlane Daily, of course. With GM having unloaded its share of Subaru parent Fuji Heavy Industries in 2005, the days of the Subaru-sourced Saab 92X or Saabaru are long over. But according to Saab fan site Trollhättan.com, the GM-owned Swedes are firing a shot in Subaru's direction. Insiders say it's called the 93X, and according to a new set of spy shots, it could mean some new competition for the Subaru Forester. Trollhättan.com says the 93X's ride height will be increased an extra inch or two, while the driveline will make use of Saab's new Haldex-sourced cross-wheel drive system. It also gets scuff plates at the front and rear for adventures up the old dirt road. Yeah. Well, either way, Trollhättan says the 93X will likely debut at the Paris Auto Show this fall. And in regard to yesterday's rumor mill report on the 2010 Porsche Cayman facelift, we erroneously reported the cars would have a decrease in power. Actually, insiders say the Cayman will get a bump of 20 horsepower and the Cayman S will get an extra 25. We regret the error, but what can you expect from a chick who wouldn't know a Porsche from a tin of deviled ham? Carrie. Yes. And finally, don't call it a station wagon, don't call it an SUV. It's the Ford Flex. And Fastlane Daily correspondent Matt Farah took a ride with the guy who made square cars cool. Tip to be square.
Go. Fastlane Daily exclusive. I'm Matt Farah, the host of Garage 419, and I was hanging out in the office earlier today, and all of a sudden we get a phone call, and what's outside? We get the new Ford Flex. Not only that, we've got the designer of the Ford Flex, Rich Gresson's here, to tell us why this car is the most original product to come off the Ford assembly line in a really long time. What's up, Rich?
Hey.
Thanks for being on the show, man.
Nice. Glad to be here.
So, this is a crossover, right?
Yes, it is.
What defines this car as a crossover?
Well, the Flex is a crossover, and it's really the purest interpretation of a crossover. What defines it is basically it has the ride height of a car, the drivability of a car. It has the space inside of a people carrier, but then it has the capability of an SUV and some of those cues on the outside with the all-wheel drive.
And it's got a little bit of style, too.
It does, and that's what really sets it apart. It's very unique. It's very different looking. I think as you can see here, the two-box shape is very different than it's out there, the two-tone on the roof, and then also the character grooves on the side of the car.
You know what I think we need to do? I think we need to go drive it and then I'll ask you a little bit more about what makes this car cool.
Okay, let's
go
do
for
it.
a ride.
All right. Sounds good.
All right, Ford Flex. Now, this is pretty comfy. You got some wide seats here.
Right, these are really different seats than we've done in the past, not only from the design of the seat and the horizontal stitching on it, but also from the comfort in the seat. It's a very different type of style.
It's good for us large Americans.
Exactly.
So when I'm sitting in the car here, it's different looking, but it's still got, it's got the familiar Ford touches, the gauges and things like that.
Right.
What do I have to work with in terms of toys and technology in here?
This is the limited, the high-end series with the navigation unit. So you've got your standard navigation that's in there that you can use. You've also got on this the Sirius Travel Link.
Okay.
And what's interesting about that is, especially in this day when we've got fuel, the cost of fuel, you can plug in fuel prices on the Travel Link, and it'll search all the gas stations in the area, tell you the price and where they're located, so you can find the cheapest gas.
Now, it is important to ask, because this is a rather large car. What kind of fuel economy are we talking about with this thing?
The Flex gets, with the front-wheel drive version, it's 17 in the city and 24 on the highway.
Okay.
And against the competition, very competitive.
Well, let's go drive it.
Okay.
This is the same drivetrain as the Taurus, right? Same engine, same transmission. Everything else is pretty much the same as the Taurus, right?
Yeah, the wheelbase is different on this car. It's a 5-inch stretch on it, but the overhangs are shorter, so the length of the car, it didn't increase that much.
Huh. All right, well, let's see how it is. It's definitely big. I mean, you can tell you're in a big car. Which, nothing wrong with that, because you are in a big car.
I'm going to be interested to see how you feel about the drivability of it.
Well, I got crazy Manhattan drivers here cutting in front of me. Whoa. The brakes are good, too. How about that?
There you go.
Brakes are not bad. I mean, what does this car weigh? This has got to be 4,000-something pounds, right?
Yeah, it's around that, yeah.
So, and what do we have? We got seating for 7? This is 6.
This is 6. Yeah, this has the center console. You can get 7 because there is a 60/40 bench seat that you can get in.
That center console says freeze cool on it.
That's right. It's an actual refrigerator.
Really?
Just like your refrigerator at home. It has a compressor, so you can freeze and
oh, you got ice cream in there. That is awesome. It's a good tailgating vehicle too, huh?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Now, obviously, the car has a pretty unique look about it. It continues the retro future kind of look that Ford's been working on with the Mustang and the Ford GT and all that stuff. What's the primary inspiration for that?
Primary inspiration for it was really to create a 7-passenger vehicle that was really different and unique in the marketplace, because so many of the cars, if you look at a lot of the 7-passenger cars out there, they all sort of look the same. You see them on the road, you see them drive by, and they look the same.
It's a style jelly bean look.
Exactly.
Did you sit down and draw this car and then show it to someone and they were like, that's cool? Or did someone come to you and say, listen, we need a solution to the SUV crossover problem?
Well, I think we were looking for a 7-passenger vehicle, and we started doing different versions, and one of them was this more 2-box shape. And when we did an initial play and we got it outside, took a look at it with the other versions, more traditional looking versions we had, we said, God, there's something different here. We need to expand on that. And that's sort of where it took off from, is there. And then the whole idea of doing something different, because there was a sort of niche in the market where, hey, everything's looking the same. Let's give them something different.
Now, when you're designing a car, did you just handle the exterior styling and then let the interior people do their own thing, or did you have any of the interior?
No, as a chief, you're in charge of the entire design of the car.
Okay.
So interior, exterior, the graphics, you get involved with the color and things like that. So you have the whole thing, which is a lot of fun, because obviously you really feel like it's your baby.
I'm hungry.
Sorry, please say a command or say help.
No, I think because we left it.
Restaurants.
I have to say I'm hungry.
Sorry, please say a command or say help.
Come on, man.
Feed me.
Sorry,
Oh, it's a
this
CD.
command is not valid because
It ain't
no
perfect,
disc is
folks. Yeah,
installed.
that's cool.
I'm not buying it, Lloyd.
You cannot not agree. America has made its choice.
We have not sold out.
I would love to sell out.